Hello friends, in this video we are going to discover the top 10 worst towns to live in Florida. Florida reminds you of plenty of beaches, warm weather, lots of sunshine, and an easy-breezy lifestyle. Truly named the Sunshine State, Florida is always on the wish list of everyone. Whether you want to visit the beautiful, happening state as a traveler or you are planning to move to this state, Florida tops the list every time. However, despite the abundance of sunshine and fun, Florida has also some of the worst towns to live in Florida. So, before you plan to move to this state, it is important to know the worst cities in Florida. With plenty of the fastest growing Florida cities, it is certainly a very good place to live in. But the state is not devoid of violence and crime. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the worst towns to live in Florida, exploring crime statistics and uncovering some of the factors behind their high rates of violence. Kindly make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon before we start this video about the 10 worst towns to live in Florida. Now let's dig deeper into each of the top 10 worst towns to live in Florida. Number 10. Homestead. Population, 80,737. Violent crime rate, 7.57 per 1,000 residents. Property crime rate, 21.20 per 1,000 residents. Poverty rate, 27.1%. Homestead, a part of the Miami-Dade County, is a good place to live with your family. A little bit away from the hustle-bustle of the downtown, Homestead has a homely feeling and is ideal for families and retirees to settle down. Homestead is expensive when it comes to the cost of living. The city is diverse and there is a healthy mix of young and old populations. But Homestead is one of the most dangerous cities in Florida due to its high property and violent crime rate. If you wish to move in there, consider living in the northwest part of the city as recommended and safe by the residents. Number 9. Coco. Population, 19,041. Violent crime rate, 11.24 per 1,000 residents. Property crime rate, 57.82 per 1,000 residents. Poverty rate, 13%. A friendly and suitable place to live with families, Coco is located in Brevard County. The historic Coco Village is a great tourist attraction because of its unique shopping and dining experience. Coco Beach is just 9 miles away from the city and people love spending their weekends on the beach. You will experience quite hot and dry summers here and winters are pretty short-lived. However, despite the low population, Coco ranks as one of the highest crime rates places in Florida. Be careful of larceny and burglary as they happen frequently. Number 8. Opa Locka. Population, 16,463. Violent crime rate, 20.90 per 1,000 residents. Property crime rate, 52.85 per 1,000 residents. Poverty rate, 50.9%. Located in Miami-Dade County, Opa Locka is famous for having the greatest collection of Moorish Revival architecture. Although rich in historical significance, Opa Locka does not make it to the list of best places to live in Florida because of its high crime rate, violence, and poor job and education circumstances. Both property and violent crime rates are quite high in this city. The chance of being a victim is 1 in 14, making it a dangerous area in Miami. However, according to the residents of the city, the north part is considered to be the safest. Number 7. Daytona Beach. Population, 72,647. Violent crime rate, 9.99 per 1,000 residents. Property crime rate, 29.73 per 1,000 residents. Poverty rate, 20.54%. Daytona Beach is known as the go-to place for car racing. Racing enthusiasts love to explore the hard sand beaches where racing is allowed. It is also famously called one of the world's most famous beaches, and tourists and residents can indulge in tons of fun and adventure activities. This is another affordable place in Florida to check out. However, Daytona's crime rate is the 4th highest in the state. With a chance of being a victim of 1 in 88, Daytona Beach is certainly one of the top dangerous cities in Florida. Assaults are highly seen in this city, but the property crime rate is less. Number 6. Lake Worth. Population, 42,219. Violent crime rate, 9.26 per 1,000 residents. Property crime rate, 44.32 per 1,000 residents. Poverty rate, 21.6%. Lake Worth, a city with a high crime rate, makes the list of most dangerous cities in Florida. The place is popular for beaches, art galleries, nice restaurants, and historic buildings. Lake Worth has a small population and the cost of living is quite low than in other places in Florida. The city also has beautiful and comfortable weather almost throughout the year. It receives plenty of sunlight and winter is rarely felt. Be aware of robbery and pickpockets while traveling, and it is better to bring an anti-theft travel backpack and not to carry a large amount of money with you. In the northern neighborhoods, there is a chance of becoming a victim 1 in 19. The southwest part of the city is comparatively safer. Number 5. Panama City. Population, 32,939. Violent crime rate, 9.26 per 1,000 residents. Property crime rate, 44.32 per 1,000 residents. Poverty rate, 21.6%. Situated in Bay County, Panama City is categorized among the most violent cities in Florida. A popular beach destination among travelers, Panama City offers picturesque locales, crystal clear waters, and exotic wildlife. People get various opportunities to indulge in outdoor activities like fishing, scuba diving, cruising, and many more. Apart from this, there are plenty of happening places to shop from and great eating joints to enjoy delicious meals. Also, the housing is quite inexpensive in Panama City, making it a great place for families to settle down. The friendly atmosphere of the city is another added advantage. If you are looking for a laid-back destination in a beach town in Florida, keep Panama City on your wishlist. Murders, armed robberies, deaths, and kidnappings have made the place the worst city in Florida. The crime rate is quite high in specific areas like Corundu, El Chorrillo, and San Miguelito. Keep your phones and other important stuff safely locked in your handbags. Number 4. Orlando. Population, 307,573. Violent crime rate, 8.28 per 1,000 residents. Property crime rate, 36.80 per 1,000 residents. Poverty rate, 19.1%. Another most unsafe city in Florida is Orlando. Popular for having famous theme parks like Walt Disney World and Universal Studios, Orlando is pretty popular among tourists. Tourists all over the world have made it a favorite tourist destination because of its exciting nightlife, amazing weather, and gorgeous theme parks. Orlando is rightly called the City Beautiful, and people get to experience a nice mix of suburban and urban culture. Also, if you plan to move to Orlando, it is affordable as the cost of living is relatively lower than the state average. Moreover, Orlando is home to large companies and young professionals get ample opportunities to explore various career options here. Since it is a popular destination, thefts are very common here. Be aware of scammers too who sell fraudulent tickets to families visiting the theme parks. Places like Signal Hill and Holden Paramore are dangerous neighborhoods in Florida, but crowded places are safer where tourists are visiting regularly. Number 3. Lauder Hill. Population, 74,482. Violent crime rate, 8.56 per 1,000 residents. Property crime rate, 24.56 per 1,000 residents. Poverty rate, 24.64%. While everyone's opinion on the worst place to live in Florida may vary, Lauder Hill has been cited as one of the most unsafe cities in the state due to its high crime rates. Concerns about the city's problems with gang violence, drug trafficking, and property crimes have been aired by both locals and visitors. Lauder Hill still experiences crime and safety challenges despite attempts by law enforcement and local authorities to address them. Number 2. Lake City. Population, 12,329. Violent crime rate, 15.74 per 1,000 residents. Property crime rate, 54.42 per 1,000 residents. Poverty rate, 22.2%. Seated in the County of Columbia, Lake City is a small city in the Sunshine State. This small Florida city is surrounded by a handful of lovely restaurants. There are not a lot of options to hang out. However, one can enjoy outdoor activities like hiking, camping, and fishing. Lake City is certainly a great place in Florida for retirees because of its low population and calm vibe. Florida is infamous for the high frequency of hurricanes. If you are on the hunt for the safest cities in Florida from hurricanes, then opt for Lake City. The city has a hurricane score of 0. In spite of the smaller number of residents, Lake City scores high on the crime and violence quotient. There is a chance of becoming a property or victim of crime in 1 in 14, making Lake City one of the highest crime rate cities in Florida. Robbery is quite commonly found here, and women generally tend to be accompanied by someone if traveling at night. Number 1. Tallahassee. Population, 197,000. Violent crime rate, 7.52 per 1,000 residents. Property crime rate, 30.97 per 1,000 residents. Poverty rate, 27.1%. The capital of Florida, Tallahassee, is one of the most popular places in Florida. Full of parks, museums, recreational centers, and a lively community of young students, Tallahassee is preferred by both tourists and residents. The presence of Florida State University, Florida A&M University, and other prominent universities makes it a favorite place for students. Due to its high levels of criminal activity, Tallahassee is one of Florida's most dangerous cities. According to FBI statistics, Tallahassee recorded 1,026 violent crimes and 4,439 property crimes in 2022, despite having a population of just over 190,000. The city's crime issue has been exacerbated by elements like poverty, drug usage, and gang involvement. However, despite being an affordable city in Florida, Tallahassee also falls among the most dangerous cities in Florida. Pickpocket, robbery, and scams are quite common here. It is advised not to travel alone at night and to keep your belongings safe. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, click the subscribe button so you can receive more content like this. Post your thoughts on the worst places among the top 10 worst towns to live in Florida in the comments below. I'd love to read them, and I'm sure others would too.